Tantor Audio presents None Braver, U.S. Air Force Pararescuemen in the War on Terrorism by Michael Hirsh. Narrated by Corey Snow. Introduction. At 0630 on the morning after Thanksgiving 2002, I was inside a briefing room at the headquarters of the 71st Rescue Squadron at Moody Air Force Base near Valdosta, Georgia, being told which way I was supposed to run in the event the plane I was about to board crashed on takeoff or landing. Any untoward return from the sky in between those two events would require not running, but swimming, as this particular HC-130 Hercules was headed east across the Atlantic, ultimately to Operation Enduring Freedom, OEF, in Jacobabad, Pakistan. I'd dropped off 2 large duffel bags at Moody a week earlier, and they were already palletized with the rest of the cargo aboard the plane. Now, dragging a carry-on with the clothing I'd need for what would turn out to be a 5-day trip, I was watching my fellow passengers say goodbye to their wives and babies. While I would be back home in 5 weeks, their stay would be as long as 3 months. As I was doing my own version of the PJ bag drag out to the plane, I realized that I was fortunate that the Air Force didn't levy charges for excess baggage. In addition to the carry-on, I had a huge rolling backpack filled with cameras, lenses, tape recorders, and enough batteries to keep the Energizer Bunny coming and going for years, plus a sleeping bag, an inflatable mattress, a Camelback water supply, and several tubes of peanut butter. While not quite an army of one, I had done my best to be self-sufficient on the trip. Before being allowed to board the plane, my escort officer, Second Lieutenant Alicia Harvey, and I had to undergo a security check. The examination was conducted on the tarmac, not far from the plane. "Are you carrying any weapons, handguns, rifles, shotguns, knives, or bayonets?" "Nope." "Are you planning to hijack the aircraft?" "Nope." I was voluntarily getting on this plane headed to the war zone after more than 5 months of excruciating negotiations with the military powers that be. Hijack a plane to the war? I don't think so. Do you understand that if you did hijack this plane, the Air Force would be really upset? Absolutely. The last thing I'd want is to have the Air Force really upset with me when they needed to be worrying about Osama. With that, we were declared good to go and climbed aboard a plane that was almost twice as old as everyone on the crew but the pilot, who happened to be the commanding officer of the 71st. The entire right side of the cargo compartment was filled with baggage belonging to the 23 passengers and crew, cartons of morale items donated by various groups in Valdosta, office furniture, and essential...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?